Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make the perfect Nigerian egg roll. This is a detailed recipe that you can use for small ones if you want to make it at home or if you want to make it in bulk for sales and for business. Nigerian egg roll recipe is very easy and very straightforward and uses basic ingredients that you should already have in your kitchen. So let's get into the recipe. For this video purpose, I am using 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm also using 1/4 cup of sugar. I go in with a teaspoon of salt and then a teaspoon of baking powder. I go in with a teaspoon of nutmeg as well. You want to mix and combine all of these dry ingredients together. Nutmeg helps to amp up the flavor of your egg roll and it is very essential. After that, I go in with 1.5 tablespoons of butter or margarine, and then you mix this till you get a consistency that looks like breadcrumbs. I'm using a spatula to mix this together. Feel free to use your hands or a spatula, whichever one that you like. Mix till you get this consistency that you can see on the screen before we begin to add in our liquid. For liquid, you can decide to use water or milk, and I am using water. You want to add in the water bit by bit, not so much, and then continue mixing till you get a dough. Controlling the amount of water that you add in per time would help you gain control over the consistency of the dough, as you do not want it to be too strong or too runny. Just keep mixing till your dough comes together and you're going to see it form a soft but not sticky dough. So keep adding your water in bits, just like you see me doing here. If you're enjoying this video so far, do well to hit the subscribe button and also turn on your post notifications so you always get alerted when I make a post. Once your dough comes together, you want to lightly flour a surface and then go ahead to add in your dough. Dust some flour on top of the dough as well. We want to gently knead this till it is a bit smooth, not overly smooth. This kneading process helps your dough to be smooth when you roll it on the eggs and also helps with the elasticity of your dough when you're trying to cover it with the egg. So please don't skip it. Knead till you can feel the dough becoming a bit smooth and then you can actually just rest. I kneaded my dough for about 3 to 4 minutes till I felt it was okay. And then once you can form it into a ball, press on it and it comes right back to you. Your dough is ready. If your dough is sticky, you can dust some more flour on your surface and continue kneading, and then just knead till everything comes together. But when dusting the flour, just dust a little bit per time. You do not want a very hard dough for your egg rolls. At this point, my dough is ready and I'm just going to allow this to rest for at least 20 minutes before you begin cutting it and using it for your egg roll. Now, one step I like to do is to coat my hard-boiled eggs in flour. This helps them to stay in the egg roll without shifting or trying to poke out. So just dust some flour onto your hard-boiled eggs that you have already peeled before you start folding in the dough. At this point, you can bring out your dough, and I'm going to cut this into as many egg rolls that I'm doing, which is 4 egg rolls for this recipe. Please, you can also multiply the ingredients to give you more egg rolls. I dust some flour on my hand and then I bring the dough that I cut into my hand, and you just want to gently press it out like you see me doing in this video. Gently press it out, not too thin. You don't want it tearing apart when you're trying to roll it. And then put the egg in the middle and just begin to fold and turn, fold and turn, fold and turn. You don't need to do too much. In a little while, you would notice that it has covered the egg completely and you have a beautiful looking egg roll in your hands. Once it has covered the egg completely, you can cut out any excess if you have, but I didn't have any one, and you just roll it in between your palms like you see me doing here to give you that perfect egg roll. I mean, that perfect ball. Look at the perfection of this. Yeah. Now, once you get this going, I was feeling it too much and I just kept going. Make sure to seal any edges that are opening up and just repeat this process with the rest of your dough and your hard-boiled eggs. Let me know in the comment section, what is your favorite drink or fondest memories of egg roll when you were growing up? I particularly loved to take it when I was growing up with a bit of cold Fanta, and it was always so good. Now, I repeated the process with the other dough and the boiled eggs till I got my perfect egg roll before we proceed to frying. As with everything, practice makes perfect. So just keep practicing, keep doing it, and before you know it, your egg rolls will come out really perfect every time. Once you have your dough sealed like this, you are good to go. I bounced my dough around like this just because I love the feel and the look of it, and I was so proud. Of course, why wouldn't I? When it comes to frying your egg rolls, you want to ensure that your oil is not too hot. Now, what happens is that if your oil is too hot, the dough is going to fry on the outside and not be cooked on the inside. One way I check is to dip a skewer stick, and once it begins to bubble on the bottom, I add in my egg rolls. I do not add too many at a time, and then I also reduce the heat as soon as I add my egg rolls into the oil. Now, because the oil is already hot, you want to reduce the heat as soon as you add in the dough, just so that you can control how much heat is in the oil and frying the dough. You want to fry this gently until it begins to turn golden brown, and make sure to flip so all sides are golden brown and fried the same way. As soon as your egg rolls are golden brown to your perfection, scoop them out and you have just made the perfect, most delicious Nigerian egg rolls. If you enjoyed this recipe, subscribe for more.